Hey, can you do a video on explaining how you can not let your crawler flip? Because I'm having a rough time with mine, and I have big bore shocks I love a lot, and I just need an explanation on how to make it crawl better. I got you, Chop That Ben. Today I got 5 tips on how to make your crawler flip over less. The first tip I got for you guys is all about weight, so you want to have your weight down low. And the way I have achieved this is with these axles, which are the Muses isokinetic axles. And they're very heavy and they work very well, and they have a beautiful steering and goes well to top it off. Another thing I've done to add more weight to the front is I've added these little weights. You can see they're under the servo. 2 on each side, only on the front. And what that does is it transfers most of the weight to the front. And you want to have ideally a 60% in the front and 40% in the back. And I don't really know exactly what mine is saying, but all I know is the front's heavier, so we good. The next tip I have is going to be limiting straps in the form of rubber bands on your shocks, mainly in the front. So what the rubber band is going to do is going to hold your shock all the way compressed, so when you're going up the incline, it's not going to unload and it's not going to flip over. Because when your weight unloads, boom, flipping over. Another important thing, guys, you don't want to have too long of shocks. You see, these shocks are pretty short in their travel. It's not too much, so when I'm going up the incline and it does unload, there's not too much going on. There's not too much being unloaded, you see. My shocks were longer and it was unloading, say, way too high, boom, it's gonna flip. Another thing to do with the shocks is you want to have soft springs. So, at rest, could see I still have a little bit of up travel. That's what you want. You don't want your crawler to be sitting up high all the time at rest. You don't want that. It's going to give you a high center of gravity. You don't want that. Unless you want that, then you want that. Then you can have that. But if you really want performance, guys, you want to have a little bit of droop. You don't need full droop like this, but you want a little bit of droop, so it's not all the way up there. My last tip is about shock angle. Mainly in the rear, because also when you're going on a decline and your shocks are unloading, boom, we flip over. So basically, guys, the more angle on your shock, the less spring force you're going to have. I learned that from a Boomslang Sus video, guys. I recommend you watch Boomslang Sus on YouTube. He makes great videos about suspension geometry when it comes to crawlers. He mainly makes videos about 1/10 scale, but it applies to all, guys. And he's got a lot of great information out there. Another thing you can do, as you can see here, I have no springs on the front. So the front end on this one, it's kind of in shambles, but the front end's going to stay low, and the rear end's going to be higher because it has springs, so it's going to force the front end down. And that's just going to keep it down, so it's not going to be unloading going up the hill. But that has its downsides as well, because as you're going downhill, the rear end's going to be high up, and it's going to want to flip forward. So, some big trade-offs. Everything's a trade-off for you guys, you know. Experiment. Feel free to experiment, of course. Do your own research and just play around with it, tweak with it, and find out what works for you guys. So those are my tips, guys, for getting better performance out of your crawler. And if you got any tips of your own, feel free to leave them down in the comments. You know we love helping out the community. And love hearing from everybody. If you got any information, if you just want to say hello, whatever. Whatever, guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you find it helpful. Bye-bye.